Hey guys, we've gone live. And we'll see if we get anyone today. Not sure if we will or not. Hey, we've got one person. All right. Let's get into this YouTube stuff. All right, so let's see what the last video was. The last video was the ball joint and energy suspension video. Okay, well, I guess we talk about that. So, hey guys, welcome to the channel. We're just live streaming tonight. Nothing too crazy. We were out in the shop today, and yesterday we filmed another 3 episodes or 2.5 episodes, and basically we will those will be on the channel in a couple weeks. So we're kind of getting down to where we're almost live with our videos and what we film. I had a real big backlog, but obviously with current global issues, things have slowed down and haven't done much filming. So, and last week we didn't do a live stream because I was out of town. Well, kind of out of town. We were out in the North Carolina mountains all day, so we didn't go live last week, which is no big deal. But we'll keep this open for questions, comments, whatever. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about, go ahead. You know, we're going to kind of keep this one open. You know, I don't have an agenda or any, that sounds wrong. I don't have any things to really cover. We're kind of in the middle of the Corvette suspension rebuild, restoration, whatever you want to call. We went pretty deep with that. The video that you guys saw would have had the suspension complete removal, ball joint replacement, bushing replacement, and tearing down all the parts to go further into the suspension. I think the video coming up next week will be coilovers. Yeah, we already did a video about that. We did a kind of an unboxing and going over review video of the BC coilovers. Those have been installed. The car is back on the ground. The preview I tried to share for the thumbnail, which I don't know why it does that, but the thumbnail that I tried to share is actually the Corvette back on the ground. So let me see if I can share that or at least show you guys. So the Corvette is done. It is back on the ground. I don't know why this thing won't focus. There, that's kind of focused. So the Corvette is done. It is back on the ground. And that is on the BC coilovers all the way slammed. And I actually spent a good chunk of today and yesterday taking the coilovers apart. Not taking them apart, but lifting the car back up in the air. And I don't know what BC, you know, those are supposed to be bolt-on ready to go. I don't know what kind of car BC Racing put those on. Like, it's obviously not set up for a 19-inch wheel, 19 or 20-inch wheel. Actually, the backs were fine, but the fronts were seriously, like, the frame was actually sitting on a tire in that picture. Talk about the front Corvette inner fenders, if you want to call that. Basically, it's the piece glued to the fender, and then you bolt the fender on top of that piece. That support piece was literally resting on top of the tire, and I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm running a +1 sized tire on the Corvette. I think factory it's 285/30 or 35/19. I believe I've got a 295, which is just the width, not the height. So I don't know. You know, I think obviously those BC Racing coilovers, whatever kind of car those were set up for, I literally had to adjust it by 3/4 of an inch in shock body coilover adjustment. So it's just crazy. Like, I did a 1/2 inch on both sides, front and rear. I'm sorry, both sides on the front, and it was still sitting on the frame. Well, I had maybe a 1/2 inch of suspension travel before the tire would hit the frame. So I went back, I took it all apart again. I went 3/4 inch on the one side, and I didn't do the other side. I mean, I did it today, but and a 3/4 inch of shock travel of unthreading the shock out of the bottom of the coilover of additional ride height. That seemed to be the sweet spot. I may need to go up a little bit more, but once I adjusted both sides to 3/4, I probably got a solid inch of wheel travel, and so we should be good there. The one thing I noticed with the front sway bar not on the car, and I have the car at full droop, the coilovers almost rub on the upper control arms. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the sway bar from the attic, because that's where it is in storage right now. I'm going to bolt that back on, and that way you limit this, basically how far the front suspension can droop. Now I know a guy that actually went and bought limiting straps, basically. But he's a big drag racer, and kind of does the same thing. It just limits how far the front control arms will go down, so that you don't hit suspension pieces, the spring hitting the part of the control arm. So, but that's just kind of the latest and greatest on the Corvette. Another update, I actually am working with a car parts manufacturer here in Mooresville. The guy's business is called, I forget, it's either After Dark Racing or After Dark Speed. He actually came to the house and measured the front. Okay, it's called After Dark Speed. And so this is the guy, After Dark Speed. I think that's backwards, but basically he came to the house and measured the C6 Z06 front clip, because the lower control arms, the bolts are, the whole concentric bolt and all that is different on the magnesium frame versus the base model aluminum frame. So the C5, C6, base models all have one size. Then when he went to the Z0601 with a magnesium frame, they went to a bigger bolt, or a bigger concentric bolt and all that setup. So he's going to manufacture that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get some kind of one-off parts on the car. Well, he's going to do a run of them, and so hopefully we'll get adjustable lower control arm bolts. I don't know if that's caster or camber. I think it's camber. But anyway, so that's some more suspension stuff coming up. So that's real cool, being able to link up with a local manufacturer and go from there. So Corvette videos are still coming. We're still working on it. We shot a number of truck videos. Those will be soon. I'm not even sure. Let's look. Sorry, guys. I'm loading multiple pages. So we've got, all right, 1, 2, 3. Three more Corvette videos. I think we're going to do this in order. So we have 3 more Corvette videos, and then how many truck videos do we have? Do we have 4? Hold on. Truck videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. 5 truck videos. So I guess we're going to have a late summer into fall truck video build, just repairs and stuff. I didn't know we were getting that deep into the truck, but so plenty of truck videos coming up. I know you guys really like those. Then SS videos. I've got some painting projects to do on that car, and we need to wait for the weather to cool down because it's simply too hot. So Corvette, truck, SS. Then I think after all those truck videos, we'll get back to the Corvette. Something like that. So that might be a October-ish time frame we get back to the Corvette, which is no big deal. So we've got a couple of people on. If you guys have any questions, comments, feel free to type them out. I'm not sure who's all watching. But yeah, so I wonder if I can edit. the thumbnail. Change. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to see if you can. Okay, cool. So let me go into the YouTube studio and update that thumbnail, because that was a horrible shot. All right, so if we go to the thing about YouTube is they've pretty much eliminated the mobile updates, if that's what you want to call it. Let's see. What's today's date? The 22nd. All right, I actually cannot access it. That sucks. Well, let's see. And while I might be able to IM it to myself. All right. Okay, I was able to DM it to someone. I should be able to download it from there, if the tools decide to work. All right. We're a little early tonight. I know we had been starting these. Come on. You start live streaming and everything goes to crap. Kevin, no, we're not touching that car. If anything, that car, the SS, will get coilovers maybe. The thing about the SS is the stock suspension. The strut mounts are already going bad, and the car is 20,000 miles on it, something like that. And yeah, so if anything, it will just be coilovers. All right, thumbnail. All right, let's see if I can change this. So desktop, thumbnail. All right, cool. I was able to upload that. Cool. Does the SS have control arm issues? That's a good question. I have not seen anyone have to replace control arms on the SS. I think they redesigned the suspension. What I mean by that is I think they fixed that issue between the VE and the VF Commodore. Kevin, maybe the cars just aren't old enough to know. I'm not 100% sure. No, there's cars with 100,000 miles on them. I think they fixed that issue. Actually, I think they fixed that control arm issue late in the PPV production. So basically, you had the VE Commodore, which was the G8. You had that from 08, 09. But they also kept making the PPV. They never stopped making the Caprice in Australia. And then I think somewhere around 2010, 2011, they redesigned those control arms. So the replacement arms you got were basically factory fresh 2011 newer parts. Then 2014, the Commodore was replaced, the Caprice was replaced, and the Wagon and the El Camino, or the Ute, sorry, those were all replaced to the VF platform. And I think they just used better materials. Basically, what happened was the factory bushings went bad inside those control arms, and they're non-serviceable, so you can't replace them, or you can't replace the bushing. You have to replace the whole arm, and that's that's basically that recall. And yeah, because I went through a set of those on my G8 many years ago. And when I had that car, I think I had that car from 2010 to 2014. Yeah, I think I did that repair like literally 8 years ago. Holy crap. Yeah, I think I did that repair around 2012. So, all right, let's update this. Oh, we got a better thumbnail. That's cool. We'll see if we can monetize this video. Who knows? My last few videos have been non-monetizable. All right, so tags. I wonder if the tags even helps when you're live. I don't know. Okay, so we've got tags. We've got cool. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to pop in. What else going on? You know, we talked about the SS, the Corvette, truck. A lot of truck videos coming up. And all right. Shop updates. I never talked about that. So yeah, we got a shop updates coming up. Basically, fans. So we'll have a couple videos on those. Haven't installed the second set, but I got one fan in the main bay, and the smaller bay will have two smaller fans. So you'll see those coming up. Yeah, that's about it. Nothing too crazy going on. I did recently go up to the North Carolina mountains, like I said. We'll be doing that again soon. I actually made a video on that. I don't know how well it's going to do, but I threw together a video for that, so that'll be coming up. Oh, well, property updates. We actually have a drainage issue in the back of my property, and I'm not sure what filming I'll do, if I do any. Basically, we've got a sinkhole in the corner of our backyard. There's a storm drain, and so that's been causing us a lot of stress. And so we'll be tearing up our yard soon. Well, the home builders are going to tear up our yard next week, I think. Then after that, we're going to have another crew come in and tear up our yard even more, basically fixing our moat. So we've got, when we bought this property, it was on a very, gentle hill. Well, a week before we closed, the developers dug a trench in our backyard, and that trench is basically overfills all the time and caused a bunch of flooding issues, and it's just stressful. Stress that you don't need, extra stress in life. So yeah, I might film something about that. I don't know. It's not really car related. It's kind of channel related. I don't know. So we'll see. You want to protect yourself and stuff like that. So I might wait. I might film something and sit on it for a while, see what the outcome is. But all right, what else is going on? Car events. Nothing's going on. Should have bought a hovercraft. Yeah, I'm not Cletus. And yeah, hovercrafts are cool. They're loud. Like they even said in a recent video, they're like, "Wish we had headphones or earplugs because we're all gone deaf." So, but what else? Oh, there was something I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if the guy's going to see it, but I've been talking about a guy, Manny, with the Z06. I doubt he's going to see this video, but anyway, that guy made with a 427 and a E4 setup that we have, the same setup we have, it's just on an LS7. He made some crazy horsepower, like 750. Sorry, I'm trying to find what the horsepower number was. All right. I have no idea how that happened. Anyway, if you guys have more questions, feel free to pop in. I'm trying to find the horsepower number. I know I've talked about it in the last few live streams. I wanted to actually send him my pulley information. Man, sucks when you're trying to find something, you don't know where it is. All right. Sorry, guys, I can't find it. 2300. Gee, I have no idea. Anyway, we'll have to find that later. I wanted to see if that guy was having belt slip. I'm not sure if he was, but anyway, we kind of did a prototype project today, which should be pretty cool. That'll be coming up in a few weeks. Basically fitting a part not designed for my supercharger on my supercharger, and it fit without issue. So we'll see how that turns out, and if we decide to move forward with what that part bolts to. So beyond that, nothing too much. I've had a lot of Australians commenting on my SS videos. It's weird. I mean, I tag them Commodore, so I know they're kind of easy to find, but the guy's been, a few people have been, obviously they didn't watch much of the videos. They make a comment, and then they go to another video and comment again, and it's been kind of weird. It's like trying to answer them, and then you scroll, you find the next comment, oh, I see it, and it's cool. I like the interaction, but it's just a little weird that, like, my LSA videos that I did, gosh, that had to be 3 to 4 years ago now. Yeah, something like that. And they're commenting on those videos. So I was kind of hoping to see some of those guys pop up on the chat, but what else going on? YouTube suggestions. Oh. What else going on? Oh. I know I said I was going to post more pictures on Instagram. Make sure you check that out. It's BonecrrusherSS. The Corvette's finally done, and I can pull it out of the shop, so I'm going to go do some test shots with that and throw them up on Instagram. Picked up a filtered lens, so I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it, but picked up a filter lens for my DSLR. Obviously, this one has it too. And hopefully, we can get better, whoa. Hopefully with the that filter lens, I can get some image correction going on my Instagram photos. Photography is something I want to get into. I just never did. I never took a class on it, and kind of wish I had, because it would have been fun to learn, basically how to take proper pictures with a DSLR. So, actually, were DSLRs even out when I was in college? No, they weren't. Well, maybe they were. I don't know. That was like 20 years ago. God, I can't believe I said it. It was like 15 years ago. So, but anyway, so hopefully you guys can check that out. Other than that, we've got plenty of content coming up. I thought with the whole global issue, I thought we were going to run into a roadblock on content, but actually, some projects that we've put off for a few years, kind of this whole suspension project in the Corvette. I've had that subframe for like 2 years sitting in a box, and then finally it was like, all right, I've got 2 coilovers that are bad. I need to replace that. And then I got the bushings with this roll cage with the roll bar. Hey, Jerry. I'm actually still working on that. It's kind of bad. I put that on the back burner just due to the fact I don't have a good solution. What I've done is I actually took my Willwood brakes from Carlisle. Well, Willwood brakes. I ground down the edge of them, and they fit. But then to make more room, I actually grounded too far, and I hit a passage, basically one of the internal passages that connect the 2 halves of the caliper together. I actually hit that, and it started leaking. And I haven't taken the time to try to fix it or tear the caliper apart. And so it should be fairly easy fix. Just, TIG weld some aluminum back on. But I took them off. In the meantime, I actually bought I had some spacers made. I think they're 3 or 4 mil. They're not wide. And I was going to put that between the wheel and the rotor. And hopefully that makes up that difference in the wheel to where you don't have to grind as much. I think you're still going to have to grind on the caliper a little bit. But like I said, I hit a passage and brake fluid started leaking everywhere. So obviously I took the wheel off and the tire or the brake kit off. With drag racing being shut down this year, I'll be honest, it just hasn't been a priority. So I need to take the Willwood caliper, either A, replace it, or B, try to tear it apart, replace the seal, weld something around that seal, and go from there. I've been like I said, it hasn't been a priority. And some people have done other things, which I'm not sure what they've done. C5. Okay. Yeah, so like those stupid SSR wheels, which in hindsight I wish I'd never bought, have just caused you and I nothing but problems. But the problem was no one had done that particular. No, that's not true. I had a guy locally, he said he bought them, and he said they fit. And I kind of took his word for it. So I bought the wheels. I then went and spent $700 on those wheels to get the bead blocks welded on. And then I tried to put the brake kit on. I obviously tried to work ahead and say, hey, go get the wheels done while I work on the brakes. That way everything comes back. And yeah, that that kit hasn't fit ever since. I like you, I had to grind the hell out of the lower control arm. I basically cut the casting off. JMS. I don't know. What is JMS? Is that a brake company or is that a wheel? Search Google. GMS Corvette brake. I'm just trying to find trans brake. No. Oh, GMS wheel. Okay. Corvette wheel. All right, so they've got a rear 17 by 10. Do they have a 15 by 10? 15 by 10. I'm just Googling. Sorry, Jerry. Thank you. Wish I could show you my screen, but we've tried that in the past and failed miserably. All right, GMS Avenger wheels. Mustang, Camaro. Let's see. So let's just say 2005. Chevrolet Corvette. Gauges, tire, mass airflow sensor. Not seeing anything in Corvette fitment. Oh, JMS 14. All right, well, let's try Avenger wheel. You might have to, you know what I'm thinking about? You may have to specify these for Camaro. Yes, they list a 4th gen Camaro. So 94 to 02 Camaro, Firebird, Mustang. Oh, now I'm into 17 by 10s. All right. Well, either way, it doesn't look like they make a Corvette specific 15 by 10. Let's go check out the Camaro setup. 15 by 10. $300. That's not bad at all. I just wonder what the offset is. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jerry. I'll say this, I'm not sending out another set of wheels to go get modified. So, but that's cool. Yeah, those Jags wheels just, they turn into a bane of my existence. So, I don't know. It's like, I've already taken the wheel, I've modified them, so who's going to want to buy that? I just hope I'm not sitting on like a $1,000 mistake. Not counting the brake kit. Oof. Let's not talk about that. Yeah, I mean that's. I think I paid $1,200 for the brakes. Say $1,000 in wheel and $2,200 plus another $2. Yeah, that's $2,600. Holy. Yeah, so that whole rear brakes was $2,600 with tires, wheel modification, brake kit. Yeah, so yeah, that's exactly what I have on the front of my car, and they fit just fine. And unfortunately, no one. I could be wrong, but I posted that video about the fronts, and I looked for that same information, never saw it. Saw the backspace, saw the offset, all that information for the front wheel. I bought one because the wheel was only it was either $150 or $200, something like that. It was fairly cheap, and bought it. I was like, I hope it fits, and it happens to clear the SS and the Corvette. The SS requires a small spacer. I mean, it doesn't really require it, but the small, like 3mm spacer, fills up that gap. So, but yeah, so that's cool. Thank you for that wheel info. I'll take a look at it. I'm not buying wheels right now. So, but yeah, I mean, there's some drag racing going on, but there's no tests and tune. I know events are going on. I know Rockingham is having a race this weekend. I got you. Yeah, I think with a little bit of work, they'll fit just fine. Like I said, a small spacer or grinding on the caliper. I need to follow up on that. So I hope the spacer is what makes the difference, which is stupid. I mean, a 3mm spacer. I don't have a good. I mean, it's seriously, it's like that thin. It's not much of what a spacer will do. So, but I'll follow up on that. I just haven't had time. But like I said, the drag racing, it's just not happening this year. I mean, yeah, some places are open, but I'm good. I'll wait until next year. Plus, I want to get this suspension all tied up, dialed in with alignments and stuff. I wasn't planning on doing that project this year, but the way the world has been, and now there's 2 hurricanes going towards Texas and Louisiana. So 2020, man, you can't beat it. And I just saw something about an asteroid heading toward Earth, like November, the day before Election Day. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So hurricanes, elections, or not elections, hurricanes and asteroids should be fun. All right. I'll be honest, Jerry, I've kind of thought about just going with a 17. And actually, I have a set of 17s. Never mind. You can buy a 17 SSR, but I forgot I had that set. I've got too many wheels. I sold the 18s. That's what it was. I had an 18 with an ET Street SS on the back. I had a set of 17s with ET Street Rs, and I have the 15s with the bias plies, and those are the Mickey Thompson Sport. No, I don't even remember what tires on there. It's a Mickey Thompson radial. No, bias ply. Yeah, it's a bias ply. Anyway, because I didn't want to run the ET Street Rs on the Corvette just because the ET Street Rs are really made for an automatic, not a manual. And I really don't want to wheel hop and blow up a clutch, trans, or something like that. So, but hey, we've talked about in the live streams before, if that happens. Yes, they do. I've even seen some guys run 15s half-mile racing. Now, I don't think they're on bias plies. I think they switched to more of a stiffer sidewall 15 by 10. But yeah, I've even seen the 15s half-mile racing. I'll be honest, I don't know what the makeup of the rear tire was, but I'm pretty sure they weren't slicks. I'm pretty sure it was probably like an ET Street R radial or something like that. I know they make those. Let's look. It's been a while since I looked into those, but so that's what I want to do. That's what I really want to get into is half-mile racing. But with the whole nothing happening in the Southeast anymore, it's kind of hard to Mickey Thompson ET Street R 15. Oh, I didn't type in the R. ET Street R. So they sell a 27 by 10. Of course, I just lost the size. Sorry. And their sizing chart sucks. So they sell a 28 by 11.5. So they sell a 27 by 10.5 on an ET Street R. Maybe that's something you go with. And with the B-locks, you can install it yourself. You don't have to take it to a tire shop. So, yeah, Northeast, man. Like, if you go, I don't. They used to have that event in Maine. There's an old Air Force base, like literally in the middle of the forest in Maine. Man, that might have been 10 years ago. I don't know if they still run that, but I think it was a mile. But yeah, you're right. Not much for half miles. Indy, was it this weekend or last weekend? I think Indianapolis had an event last weekend, but man, Indy for me is a 10+ hour drive, and I don't want to be doing that. Everything is 4 hours away. Yeah, I got you. Man, Long Island, do you guys even have drag strips? Hell, we have issues with that, and I live in Charlotte, or outside Charlotte. Main mile racing. Oh, they do have an event. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Main event. September 2nd through September 5th. Oh, now they're calling it the Loring Timing Association? What the hell? Track. All right. Oh, their website says canceled. Anyway, I think this website is terrible. I mean, the homepage is good. Anyway, so Loring Timing Association. I think Loring is in Maine, and that's the one I'm talking about. It's like an old Air Force base. And Limestone, Maine. Where is that? Oh, wow. That's not even Bar Harbor. Holy crap. Sorry. Okay, so this Loring is way up there, right next to Canada, which is kind of funny. It's almost, if you're looking at a map of Maine, it's like the very northeast corner of Maine before you come into, is that Newfoundland? No, New Brunswick. Wow, that's way up there. Anyway. Yeah, I saw the Pocono events. If I'm going to be driving that far, I want to do a half mile. The other unfortunate thing is, like, is it shift sector or speed sector? Shift sector. I might be confusing names. They run the one in Pikes Peak. They run the one in Indianapolis, the one I was just talking about. And what was it? Englishtown in New Jersey, which is now a Copart lot. I don't know how far that is from you. I think it's Englishtown. I could be wrong. Like one of them, they turned into a junkyard. I think it's Englishtown. But yeah, like that sucks. Like, yeah, okay. Thank you for confirming that. It's like when I lived in the Chicago area, we had Great Lakes, we had Route 66, we had Byron Dragway. Damn, still 3.5 out. And then if you really want to drive, you could drive out to Cordova. We had 4 quarter-mile drag strips within like a 2 to 3 hour, well, 1 hour to 3 hour choice. And now, and moving down here, we have ZMAX, which is 40 minutes away, but it's never open. It literally has not been open at all this year. The NHRA event, the spring, got canceled. Like, I think literally COVID happened in March. That NHRA event was in April, so that got canceled. I think they already canceled the September fall NHRA event. Well, let me check. So yeah, like literally nothing going on. There's some 8th mile stuff going on, but there's no good 8th mile with prep nearby. If that's a good. If I want to drive 2 hours to Greer, 2 hours to North Wilkesboro. There's another one. Shady Side. Anyway, 8th mile. I would only go there for test and tune. Like my car is not built for 8th mile. None of them are. So yeah. So like I was trying to say is like going from 3 or 4 tracks to 1 that's never open. So really 0, and then only having 8th mile. It's hard. Rockingham is 4 hours away. Darlington is 3 hours away, and what's called Fayetteville is also like 4 hours away. So nothing close. I'm like Jerry. I've got basically access to nothing of full quarter mile. I was trying to look up that other drag strip. So Shelby drag strip. Oh, Shady Side. Yeah, I was right. I think they've got decent prep, but like I said, I don't want to be 8th mile racing. Oh, and even car shows are getting shut down. I meant to comment on that earlier. I had friends not in Mecklenburg County. Mecklenburg County is the most populous, largest county in the state of North Carolina. Yeah, biggest county, biggest population. So, nothing's going on in Mecklenburg County. One county over in Union County, there's a car show. Local police showed up and shut it down. I think there was maybe 50 cars there. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I had friends at a car show that was registered. It was registered with the business. Police came, shut down. Everyone had to go home. And it wasn't just cars and coffee. It wasn't just yeah, it was like an organized event. It had like a menu, not menu, it had like a flyer, trophies, at classes. I think it was like a legit car show. Police came in and shut everything down. So who knows? So car shows aren't even a thing right now. Not that I'd want to go out, but so drag racing shut down, car shows shut down. How much to do? All right. All right, Jerry, you have a good one, man. Have a good weekend, rest of the weekend. All right. So while we've been rambling about drag racing, half-mile racing, car shows, if you guys have any comments, feel free to pipe up, ask a question. That's why we're here. Because sometimes replying to people comments, it just, A, I can't get into the detail, or B, I can't actually it's hard commenting and giving full meaning, if that makes sense. So go ahead, feel free to ask your questions. I should really get back to advertising because I think we usually get more people. But let's see. What was I going to look up? Oh, yeah, half-mile racing. Want to go fast? Yeah, they're shut down. Airstrip attack. Shift sector. Yeah, they're the guys in Colorado and Indianapolis. US mile. Oh, there's a Facebook group called Standing Half Mile Racing. Maybe I need to join it. All right. They haven't updated since 2019. Sorry, guys. Shift sector, yeah. That sucks, man. Okay, no. All right, well, we've got one person left on here. I'll give it a couple more minutes. Other than that, kind of been a slow night, which is fine. I mean, well, we've talked about things. We talked about, hey, if you have any comments, questions, feel free to ask them down in the comment section. I was just talking about what we've covered tonight. Corvette SS truck updates, event updates is not happening, shop updates, and yeah. So I think we're gonna wrap this up here. I actually am gonna start editing those 3 videos that we shot today because yeah, those take hours. I mean, I'm probably, if you're looking at a, I don't know, a 20-minute video, it's probably between downloading, shooting, editing, and uploading. It's about 10 minutes of time per minute of film. So if I've got a 10-minute video, it's probably not 10 hours. If I've got a 10-minute video, I probably at least have 5 hours into it. Yeah, that's actually probably pretty accurate. So, well, we got more people popping up. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oof. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I was actually kind of winding down, but hey, if people are joining, that's cool. I don't have anywhere to be. But we've talked about a lot of stuff tonight. If there's anything in particular anyone wants to discuss, car mods, events, I don't know, feel free to ask. And we were just kind of going over half-mile racing, and I think every future event has been canceled. The one I haven't looked up, that was Rantoul. Rantoul, Illinois has an event. No fly zone, that's what it is. Oh, it says no fly zone in Arizona. Hasn't been canceled yet. All right. So it looks like 3 companies are still doing it. No fly zone, shift sector, and then you're like organized mile events like Texas Mile, Loring in Maine, and then there's East Coast Timing Association. Let me find that one. I haven't looked them up in a long time. I don't even know where they race. I think they're in Arkansas. ECT, not RA. All right. Wow, if their website hasn't been updated since 2019, that's not good. Arkansas Mile. It says October. Maybe. Anyway, so, but that's like legit half-mile racing. So what else going on? All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate everyone that watched and kind of got through our muddling of random thoughts and whatnot. But if you guys want to help support the channel, you know, click like, subscribe, you know, hit that bell notification, and check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.